First on BBC Radio 4, it's time for a mental workout.
Brain of Britain 2008. The nationwide general knowledge contest, chaired by Robert Robinson.
Hello again. Once more we scale the heights of knowledge with 4 more contestants anxious to be the first to reach the summit. They are Mark Eaves, an estate manager from Oxted in Surrey; Brian Haynes, a local authority ombudsman's investigator from London; the Reverend Justin Lewis Anthony, a clergyman from Canterbury; and Pauline Shepherd, a mother from Lewis. No changes to the rules. 5 correct answers in a row wins you a 6th bonus point and 10 seconds thinking time before Jorkins's bell tolls. The first question... Oh, you're going to do it. He's done it, just to prove he can. Just to prove he can. That's right. A round of applause for Jorkins. The first question today is for Mr. Mark Eaves. The screenplays for the films A Private Function, Prick Up Your Ears, and The Madness of King George were written by which British author and sometime comic performer?
Alfred Molina?
No. Mrs. Shepherd?
Michael Palin?
No. Mr. Lewis Anthony?
Alan Bennett.
Is quite right, sir. Well done. And now it's Mr. Haynes's turn. I wonder by my troth what thou and I did till we loved. Were we not weaned till then? These are the opening lines of a poem entitled The Good Morrow, by which poet?
John Donne.
Correct. The 19th century Russian explorer Nikolai Przhevalsky, I do not guarantee the pronunciation, who led several expeditions in Mongolia and Tibet, is commemorated in the name of a species of wild animal which he was the first to bring to the attention of Western science. What kind of animal was that?
A mammoth?
No. Mr. Eaves?
A horse.
The horse is quite right. Przhevalsky's horse, if you forgive me for trying it a second time. But there. Mr. Lewis Anthony, what 2-word name was given to the secret network providing sanctuary for escaped slaves in the northern states of the USA in the mid-19th century?
The Underground Railroad.
You're quite right, sir. What name, taken from that of an ancient tribe noted for favouring simplicity and austerity, is commonly given to the style of architecture of which the Parthenon in Athens is an example?
Spartan.
No. There aren't very many more. Mr. Eaves.
Ionian.
No. Mr. Haynes or Mrs. Shepherd? Won't you have a try? Well, I must tell you then, Doric is the answer. And you knew the word, you knew it well, but you were too ashamed to guess it. Well, Mrs. Shepherd, can you name the English illustrator active in the early 20th century whose fondness for designing elaborate fictional machines has led to his name being used in connection with any unlikely or unreliable contraption?
Heath Robinson.
Absolutely right. And 2 of my favourite titles of his are Washing Day on Board a Zeppelin and Resuscitating Stale Railway Scones for Redistribution at Station Buffets. Rather good, I thought. Now, I ask you another question, Mrs. Shepherd. In the 1980s, a large area of the North Tyne and connecting valleys in the county of Northumberland was flooded to create the largest artificial lake in Britain. What is its name? No idea? Out of time. Mr. Haynes?
Kilda Water.
Is quite right, sir. Well done. And at the end of that first round, let me give you the scores. They're these: 1 to Mr. Eaves, 1 to Mrs. Shepherd, 2 to Mr. Lewis Anthony, and 2 to Mr. Haynes. We start again with Mr. Eaves. Beemster, Leerdammer, and Parano are cheeses produced in which European country?
The Netherlands.
Exactly so, sir. What word is used by scientists for the emission of light by living organisms such as glowworms and fireflies?
Bioluminescence.
Indeed. Which structure, now regarded as a masterpiece of its kind, did the poet and craftsman William Morris describe on its opening in 1890 as the supremest specimen of all ugliness? Out of time, Mr. Haynes?
The Eiffel Tower.
No. Mr. Lewis Anthony?
The Albert Memorial.
Oh, that's rather rude, isn't it? No, it's not that. Now, Mrs. Shepherd?
The cenotaph.
No. That's quite inoffensive, I would have thought. It's the Forth Rail Bridge is the answer. Mr. Haynes? Although it was much rewritten and revised, Beethoven wrote one opera only. What is its title?
Fidelio.
It is. At which battle in 732 AD was the advance of the Moors in Europe halted by an army commanded by Charles Martel?
The Battle of Poitiers.
Yes. Derived from the Latin for diary or calendar, what term is used to describe an annual publication containing tables predicting the positions of celestial bodies throughout the year?
Almanac.
No. Mr. Eves?
Ephemerides. Ephemerides.
Jorkins, very reluctantly, I don't know how he could make his mouth form the syllables, says, yes. Yes. Because he was only reluctant because the actual word is ephemeris, and I think you said ephemerides. But it was close enough for him, it's close enough for me. It's now Mr. Lewis Anthony's turn. Can you tell us the gist of Mahatma Gandhi's often quoted response when he was asked on a visit to Britain in 1930 what he thought of Western civilization?
He thought it would be a very good idea.
Yeah, well done, sir. He was a wit as well as a sage, evidently. I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when, and how and where and who. Now, that quotation comes from which collection of stories first published in 1902?
Just So Stories.
Correct, sir. Rudyard Kipling's Just So Stories. Which colourless, odourless, inert gas, a major component of the air we breathe, was first isolated by the Scottish physician Daniel Rutherford in 1772?
Argon.
No. Mr. Eves?
Hydrogen.
No, not hydrogen. Mr. Haynes?
Neon.
No, not neon. Now, Mrs. Shepherd?
Helium.
No. Nitrogen is the answer. And now it's Mrs. Shepherd's turn. Shakespeare's tragedy Hamlet is set at a castle in Denmark on the edge of a dramatic cliff that beetles o'er his base into the sea. What's it called? Out of time, Mr. Haynes?
Elsinore.
Elsinore is quite right. And the scores? 1 to Mrs. Shepherd, 4 to Mr. Lewis Anthony, 4 to Mr. Eves, and 5 to Mr. Haynes. Mr. Eves, what alternative name, meaning black tide, is given to the Japan current which flows northeastward from the coast of Taiwan towards North America?
El Nino.
No. Now, Mr. Haynes.
Marée Noire.
No. The others are not going to answer, I think. The Kuroshio current is the answer. Now, Mr. Haynes, in collaboration with the physiologist Robert Edwards, which British obstetrician developed the technique of in vitro fertilization, the method by which Louise Brown, the first so-called test tube baby, was conceived in 1977?
Robert Winston.
No. Mr. Eves?
Patrick Steptoe.
Patrick Steptoe is quite right. Now, Mr. Lewis Anthony, the next question comes with a musical extract. It's from a symphony that will celebrate the centenary of its first performance later this year. In just over a year after the premiere, it was played 100 times in places as diverse as Manchester, London, Sydney and St. Petersburg, and you have to say which symphony it is.
Is it the Firebird Symphony?
No. Mr. Haynes?
Elgar's First Symphony.
Well done, sir. Elgar's First Symphony. We heard part of the first movement with Sir Adrian Boult conducting the London Philharmonic. Now it's Mrs. Shepherd's turn. What type of pancake, originating in Russia, is traditionally made with buckwheat flour and often topped with sour cream and caviar?
Blini.
Exactly. The Giant's Causeway in County Antrim consists of several thousand pillars made of what type of volcanic rock?
Basalt.
Yes. Who said of the Giant's Causeway in 1779 that it was worth seeing, yes, but not worth going to see?
Pope.
No. Mr. Lewis Anthony.
Dr. Johnson.
Dr. Johnson, of course. And his phrases, well, always have a special ring, don't they? When caught naked in a punt, you may recall, on the river at Oxford, he covered his face, but not anywhere else, and said afterwards, "I flatter myself I am known better by my face in Oxford than my private parts." Such towering good sense. And at the end of that round, the scores of these, we have 3 for Mrs. Shepherd, 5 for Mr. Lewis Anthony, 5 for Mr. Eves, 6 for Mr. Haynes. And now we're roughly halfway through our quiz. Time for our contestants to band together, put their heads together to grapple with a pair of questions sent to us by a Brain of Britain listener. Today's questions have come from Ken Taylor, who lives in the Lake District. Perhaps he lives there because he has a particular fondness for mountains, because that's what both of his questions are about. Mr. Taylor would like to know, in the English Lake District are 2 fells called High Hartsop Dodd and Low Hartsop Dodd. But Low Hartsop Dodd is much the higher of the 2. Can you say how this comes to be so?
Is low perhaps an old English term for a mountain?
North and south, I think.
There's something like that in the records. We'll have a venture at low being an old English word meaning mountain.
Nice try, chaps, nice try. And Mrs. Shepherd. But a very good try. But no, it's not right. Mr. Taylor says it's because they are named after the hamlets of High and Low Hartsop. So the names don't refer to the mountain's relative heights at all. So he fooled you good-o there. Second question from Mr. Taylor. Mount Everest is generally accepted to be the world's highest mountain. But 2 other mountains, Mount Chimborazo and Mount Mauna Kea, also both have legitimate claims. You have to tell us on what basis. Mr. Eves is drawing his chair closer to the others.
Come on.
I think he's got a clue.
Mauna Kea is from the base of the mountain to its but it's underwater.
Yeah.
And Chimborazo is the furthest point from the centre of the Earth on the Earth's surface.
Mr. Eves is instructing his colleagues.
Mauna Kea is measured from its base, which is below sea level. It's under the sea. And Chimborazo actually is the point on the Earth's surface that's furthest from the centre of the Earth.
I don't think I need add a word to that. And happily I don't have to go through it again. Mr. Eves and all the chaps and Mrs. Shepherd were quite right. So Mr. Taylor won one, you won one. That means by our quaint rules, Mr. Taylor wins, he gets a book token, and this round of applause. Now, Mr. Eaves, we start again with you. Sir Christopher Wren, although he found particular fame as an architect, was also distinguished in physics and mathematics, and in 1661 was appointed professor at Oxford University. In which subject?
Astronomy?
It was, sir. Sir Christopher Wren was dining with some men. If anyone calls, say I'm designing St. Paul's. I wish I'd made that up, but of course it was E.C. Bentley. Now, it's Mr. Eaves again. Which of Jupiter's satellites with a diameter of over 3,200 miles was discovered by Simon Marius and Galileo in 1610 and is the largest moon in the solar system?
Europa?
No. Mrs. Shepherd?
Titan?
No. Mr. Haynes?
Ganymede?
Ganymede is right. Well done, sir. Now, Mr. Haynes, your turn. During the reign of which English monarch was the coronation chair in Westminster Abbey constructed, used for the coronation of every English monarch ever since?
James I of England?
No. Mr. Louis Anthony?
Edward the Confessor.
No. Mrs. Shepherd?
Henry I?
No, not Henry I.
George II?
No. Edward I. Now it's Mr. Louis Anthony's turn. What was the name of the wizard transported by magic into the present day from the Dark Ages, portrayed by the actor Geoffrey Bayldon in a 1970s children's TV series based on stories by Richard Carpenter?
Merlin.
No. Mr. Eaves?
Catweasel?
You're quite right. Catweasel is correct. And it's now Mrs. Shepherd's turn. Which Carthaginian general took his own life in round about 183 BC to avoid capture by the Romans? Out of the air. No. Mr. Eaves?
Hannibal?
Hannibal is right. You could have got it. It comes to you now, Mrs. Shepherd. But then, at the end of the round, the scores, how have they changed? We have 3 for Mrs. Shepherd, 5 for Mr. Louis Anthony, 7 for Mr. Haynes, 8 for Mr. Eaves. Mr. Eaves, an English painter once described by Victoria Wood as Rubens with jokes, died earlier this year. What was her name?
Beryl Cook?
Correct. When a train or fire engine approaches with its siren going, the pitch of the siren appears to decrease as the vehicle passes. What is the scientific name for this phenomenon?
The Doppler effect?
It is. Which Austrian-born physicist proposed the exclusion principle, that no 2 identical electrons could simultaneously occupy the same quantum state?
Heisenberg?
No. Mr. Haynes?
Max Planck?
No. Mr. Louis Anthony?
Niels Bohr.
No. It was Wolfgang Pauli. That's the answer. Now it's Mr. Haynes's turn. Habitually writing 1,000 words an hour, beginning at, of course, 5:30 in the morning, which 19th century novelist recorded in his posthumously published autobiography, by beginning at that hour, I could complete my literary labour before I dressed for breakfast.
Thackeray?
No. Mr. Eaves?
Anthony Trollope?
Anthony Trollope is right. Now then, it's Mr. Louis Anthony. The capercaillie belongs to which family of game birds?
Grouse.
Yes. What name was given in France to the international televised contest in which teams representing European nations played acrobatic games, often weighed down by absurd costumes, known in the UK as It's a Knockout?
Jeux sans frontières.
Correct. In medicine, what term is applied to a fracture in the soft bones of children in which one side of the bone is broken and the other intact but bent?
Green stick.
It is. In Roman numerals, the addition of a horizontal line or bar above the base numeral indicates that it is to be multiplied by how many?
10.
No. Mr. Eaves?
1,000.
1,000 is quite right. And now it's Mrs. Shepherd's turn. What's the name of the servant of Don Giovanni who, in Mozart's opera, recounts to Donna Elvira, by means of the catalogue aria, the number of his master's romantic conquests across Europe?
Don Pedro.
No. Mr. Eaves?
Figaro?
No. Mr. Louis Anthony?
Leopoldo.
No. Mr. Haynes?
Leporello.
Leporello. What a near miss. A very near miss, Mr. Louis Anthony, but Mr. Haynes has it right. I'll give you the scores. 3 to Mrs. Shepherd, 8 to Mr. Louis Anthony, 8 to Mr. Haynes, 12 to Mr. Eaves. Now, we start with Mr. Eaves again. Here's a voice from the past, with a question to follow when you've heard it.
Now Mr. Churchill stands on the balcony of the Ministry of Health. He's wearing his boiler suit, the famous boiler suit that he's made so wonderful. And he had the audacity, shall I say, to put on his head his famous black hat. Nobody can say that it goes with a boiler suit, but you heard what a cheer it raised from the crowd. He stands now in the floodlights, the band playing for He's a Jolly Good Fellow, and he's giving the victory sign for all his might from the flooded balcony.
Now, then, this is the question. That was, of course, unmistakably Richard Dimbleby, reporting on the celebrations in Whitehall on VE Day 1945. On which date in 1945 was VE Day celebrated in Western Europe?
4th of July?
No. Mr. Louis Anthony?
May the 9th.
No. Mr. Haynes?
June the 6th.
No. Now, Mrs. Shepherd.
8th of May.
8th of May is right. You missed it by one again, Mr. Louis Anthony. Well, well. Now it's Mr. Haynes' turn. What three-word name is generally given to the research scheme begun in the late 1980s to map the complete nucleotide sequence of human DNA, the project being coordinated by a body known for short as HUGO?
Human Genome Project.
Exactly so. Under which pseudonym did the 19th century artist Hablot Knight Brown, to be precise, illustrate the original editions of many of the works of Charles Dickens?
Fizz.
Yes. Who was the Scottish doctor who first employed chloroform as an anaesthetic in surgery, having tested its effects by experiments on himself? Out of time. Mr. Eaves?
Lister?
No. What about the others? Now, Mrs. Shepherd?
Not Jenner.
No. And Mr. Louis Anthony shakes his head. Sir James Young Simpson is the answer. Now it's Mr. Louis Anthony's turn. When they made the first non-stop flight across the Atlantic in 1919, John Alcock and Arthur Whitten Brown did so in a converted Vimy bomber, a plane manufactured by which engineering company?
Handley Page.
No. Mr. Eaves?
Vickers.
Vickers is right. It's now Mrs. Shepherd's turn. Two of the teams in the County Cricket Championship have 3 scimitars on their badges. One is Middlesex. Which is the other?
Kent.
No. Mr. Eaves?
Essex.
Essex is quite right. And once again we get to the end of a round. Let me give you the scores. 4 to Mrs. Shepherd, 8 to Mr. Louis Anthony, 10 to Mr. Haynes, 14 to Mr. Eaves. We start our final round with Mr. Eaves in a dialogue between the characters Despard and Margaret in Gilbert and Sullivan's Ruddigore. Which Hampshire town does Margaret say has a name that, I quote, teems with hidden meaning?
Southampton?
No. Don't know why I'm laughing. Mr. Louis Anthony.
Basingstoke.
You're quite right, sir. Basingstoke teems with hidden meaning. Of Basingstoke in Hampshire, the claims to fame are small. A derelict canal and a cream and green town hall. At each weekend, the locals line the market square. And as the traffic passes, they stand and stand and stare. Rather neat, by Leslie Thomas. Yes, it's your turn, Mr. Haynes. Westminster Abbey, York Minster and Exeter Cathedral are all dedicated to which saint?
Is that Edward the Confessor?
No. Mr. Lewis Anthony?
St. Peter.
Yes. And now it is your turn. What is the alternative name for the maggot of the flesh fly, or the blue bottle, especially when used as bait by an angler? Out of time. Mr. Eaves?
Mealworm.
No. You're flummoxed, Mr. Haynes, Mrs. Shepherd. A gentle is the answer. Now, Mrs. Shepherd, although it ended in mutiny, the original purpose of the voyage of HMS Bounty to the South Seas was to collect specimens of which species of tree?
Breadfruit?
Well done, well done. Quite right. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe was the first of C.S. Lewis's Narnia stories to be published. What title did he give to the seventh and final book in the series?
The Magician's Nephew?
No. Mr. Eaves?
The Last Battle.
Is correct, The Last Battle. And I now proclaim that the contest is over. The final round has been played. The final scores are these: 5 to Mrs. Shepherd, 10 to Mr. Lewis Anthony, 10 to Mr. Haynes, 15 to Mr. Mark Eaves. And so, quite distinctly, Mr. Eaves is our winner. Everyone did well. He did best. He'll return later this autumn in the semi-finals. Next week, we meet 4 more contestants bidding for Brain of Britain 2008. Until then, I bid you goodbye.
Brain of Britain 2008 is chaired by Robert Robinson. The quiz was devised by John P. Wynne and is produced in Manchester by Paul Bajoria. And if you'd like to submit question ideas for the Beat the Brains feature or request an application form for a future series, you can do both by visiting the programme's website.